Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, we had Goodbye, Aureo, the Heart of Gold, where basically, it was pretty much the end for Kira. So Kira tried to implant Bites the Dust within a paramedic and reverse time. However, he was not fast enough as Koichi was able to stop him from hitting the trigger with the 3 freeze. And then Jotaro just beat the ever-loving crap out of him. And then, in the most anticlimactic death or defeat of literally probably any JoJo villain, at least JoJo main villain, Kira got run over by an ambulance. Yeah. So, that happened. But anyway, Kira was defeated and killed, and then he was sent to Raimi Street, and she was able to get him to look behind him, and that dragged him and Deadly Queen straight into hell, which was pretty crazy. So yeah, and then after that, everyone said goodbye to Raimi as she and Arnold ascended into the afterlife, and everyone went their separate ways. Jotaro and Joseph left Aureo, but not before Josuke stole Joseph's wallet, so yeah. But yeah, really, really good, fun stuff all around. Even though it wasn't my favorite conclusion, it was pretty decent. You may be wondering where the hell I am. If you didn't watch my reaction to episode 11 of season 3 of Prison Break, or tomorrow's episode of Better Call Saul, I'm in my living room because my internet is out, but the cable box in my living room can still access Netflix, so I can still watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Oh god. Apparently I've taken too long on Netflix, and a screensaver has popped up with The Mystery of Marilyn Monroe, The Unheard Tapes, coming April 27th. Hold on, what's the next one? Oh, that's anime as shit. Bubble! Anyway. So yeah. So I'm out here this week. Not going to be out here next week with any luck. I should be back in my in the normal studio at the normal set. But I figured out how to make this work out here. I watch stuff on here. Still got my camera. I've got my laptop with Audacity recording my audio. We're still good. We're still going to have a good time with JoJo. So yeah, this is part 5, episode 1. Isn't that crazy? We are off to part 5, Vento, Aureo. I don't know how it's pronounced, actually. Golden Wind, I guess, is the English translation. But anyway. But yeah, this is the beginning of the season, or part, or however you want to say it. So what I do is at the beginning of every season that I watch, I offer full length available for free. So if you want to watch my full unedited reaction to this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, what you gotta do is head down in the description or into the pinned comment. There will be a link there that says watch the full length reaction here. That'll take you over to my Patreon page, which, once again, this is still free for this first episode. And basically, it'll just have my footage of me just sitting here in my living room. And you can sync up your copy of this episode of JoJo to my footage. I'm watching this on Netflix, like I said, so you can sync up as close to the Netflix version, basically, in order to make that good. And yeah, you can sync it up. It's as easy as possible. I can't give you the episode. I can't stress that enough. So yeah, you can do that. You can hopefully have a good time. Oh, hey, look, a preview for Stone Ocean. And by preview, I mean there's an image of Jolene and her friends. I assume they're friends. I don't know. I'm not to part 6 yet. So I'm not to part 6. I'm here on part 5. So yeah, you can do that. But if you don't want to do that, you can just watch the normal edited reaction highlight, which is also down in the description and in the pinned comment. So you can go watch that, have a good time. Either way, if you do the reaction highlight or the full length, I do encourage you to come back here to YouTube for the discussion. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Wind, episode 1. Here we go. Okay. So, wow, that was a real roller coaster of crazy shit. Episode 1. Wow. What a shift, you know? What a complete shift which I mean, we always have a shift, pretty much. You know, part 3 was this grand adventure over, over a vast distance. Part 4 was centered on this, one town, and now part 5 is another town, but in Italy. Naples. Though I think they said Naples. I don't know which is which. On screen it said Naples, so... Okay, so... A lot of things. A lot of things to sort of wrap my head around. Okay, first off, I did say this at the end of last episode, that I knew one thing about our new protagonist, Giorno Giovanna. I knew that he was the son of Dio. I knew that specifically. But very interesting how that's working out, that from what they're talking about, it seems that up until recently, he's had dark hair, and honestly, I guess he took... So, okay, he's a Joestar, because he has the Joestar birthmark. And if he's the son of Dio Brando, that can only mean that, Dio used his newfound body to sire a child, right? So then that means, while yes, Dio's blood is in Giorno, so is Jonathan's. Technically, this is Jonathan Joestar's other son. Because he already had a son. He had George Joestar all those years ago. George Joestar II. This is a new son because of Dio. Because I mean, almost every time it cut to Dio in part 3, he was banging some chick with Jonathan's body, He was always shirtless. Yeah, so he had a kid. Giorno Giovanna. No, Giorno Giovanna. That I is a bit silent. Giorno Giovanna. Not Giorno Giovanna, as I thought it was. But okay. Giorno Giovanna. Nope. Giorno Giovanna. Damn it. Oh, that's going to take me a while to get over. Okay. So, up until recently, I guess, he took more after Jonathan than Dio. Now, so they said, though, he's half Japanese, which is interesting. Why a Japanese woman was in Egypt and then their son ended up in Italy, I have no idea, but whatever. So, presumably, his mother is Japanese, but then he has the mixture of both Joestar, Jonathan, and Dio's genetics, basically. And recently, apparently, the Dio side of that kicked in. Okay. And that's how he went blonde. And presumably that is what has ignited his stand, Golden Wind. Okay. Interesting. So, that is very interesting, because that means his stand is somewhat recent. Somewhat. What the hell is his powers, though? What? Okay, because I'm confused between what exactly are his powers and what is the frog. Because from what I can see, the frog seems to be separate. I think? The frog is separate, maybe? Like, the frog isn't Golden Wind, is it? I don't think so. Because, see, now I can't distinguish what the difference is, because it seems like, okay, when he fought Koichi, he used Golden Wind to what was it? To boost the vitality of the ground, of maybe a plant, and that created a tree that allowed him to escape. But the frog... No. But, okay, the frog, unless it's both of them... Hold on, I have to separate, and I feel like I'm not going to get a perfect answer until next episode when we see this fight between Giorno and Bruno. Okay. I feel like I'm not going to understand Golden Wind until next episode, at least. Because is it that the frog is transforming matter, or is Golden Wind doing that? Golden Wind transformed Koichi's luggage in with the frog. Then it became a frog. Then it escaped, came back to him. He took Koichi's luggage from the frog and then sold it. But the frog, maybe the frog's power is just the recoil? But the tree that I thought Golden Wind created, when Koichi tried to use 3 freeze, it knocked back to him. Or, the final question of this is that even a frog, or is that just Golden Wind? I'm so confused. I am so confused, and I feel like I'm not going to get an answer about Golden Wind until next episode, basically. I need to see him fight. I need to see an actual fight, and not just the sort of backhand that he gave Koichi, basically. All right, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. Koichi. I go on this gigantass rant about Koichi last episode. What I said was the final Koichi rant. And I will be honest, he wasn't bad in this. It looks friggin' weird in the new art style. In this new, kind of over-detailed art style, but whatever. But he wasn't bad in this episode. My question is, why did Jotaro send Koichi? Now, I know what the answer is. It's because Koichi is the most reliable guy in the world. And I hate that, but that's the answer. You know that's the answer. But why? Okay, if you have to find Dio's son, Dio Brando's son. I like they said Dio Brando again. They haven't said that in a long time. But if you're going to find the son of Dio Brando, then why would you not go yourself, you know? Why would Jotaro not go himself? Is he too busy? I don't know. Maybe he's got a presentation to make, or he's got a book he's writing about marine biology. He's got a kid to take care of. I don't know. Why wouldn't Jotaro go? Or, if not go yourself, why not send Josuke? Because then we could basically just have a sort of redux of last part, where part 4, episode 1, you have Jotaro versus Josuke. Now we could have Josuke versus Giorno, you know? Which would be fun. I'd love to see whatever this... I mean, whether it's Golden Wind or the frog, something is using that sort of matter transformation power. But I want to see that going against Shining Diamond's restoration, you know? But no, instead, Koichi. To their credit, this is kind of funny. I like that Rohan must have written into Koichi, speak perfect Italian, which is why he can. I like that little detail. That is, though, the interesting thing, that this is the first time in 5 parts that they have brought up the fact that you need to be able to speak another language on JoJo, because that, especially in part 3, was never an issue, you know? So, yeah, there's that. But Koichi went to Italy. Alright, he wasn't terrible. He wasn't bad by any means. I will accept it. He was fine. He barely did anything against Giorno. So, I'm glad it's not, you know... Like, if it was Josuke versus Giorno, that might have been a long, arduous fight, you know? I feel like the two of them might be too stubborn to... Or at least Josuke might be too stubborn, you know? Be a battle of the hair, you know? But Koichi, alright. And he didn't really... Yeah, he didn't do much. He got a 3 freeze, but that was about it, you know? So I'll take it. He's not terrible. I will pray that we don't rant about Koichi again. So, okay. So we had the whole thing with the taxi, which was interesting. So we've got Giorno running scams. He's running his own thing, but he has to pay tribute to the mafiosos, as they said. One of them being Leaky Eye Luca. And then... So apparently he survived that hit to the brain. Jesus. But he survived that hit. And then... He survived that hit. But then after that, he was killed by his boss. And now Bruno, this Bruno guy, has been sent to basically deal with whoever caused this trouble, whoever injured Leaky Eye Luca. And then he can figure out if you're lying by tasting your sweat. Blech. And he has this strange displacement stand. I feel like we've said that 1,000 times, but he's got some sort of displacement stand that, or like this sort of warping stand, and he warped Luca's eye into Giorno's hand, and then his fingers into his mouth. Ugh. And he could like warp a fire extinguisher into his head, but then there was this zipper thing, and Giorno's being unzipped, which sounds worse. Does it sound worse than it is? I don't know. He's 15, so I don't know. So yeah, interesting stuff. I like just immediately this new, I guess just this world now that we're setting up, like this mafiosos and stuff like that. We've got mafiosos, we've got Luca, we've got this Bruno guy. Bruno, who definitely has a stand. And I guess Giorno, who is going to maybe try to fit into that. I don't even know. I don't know if you can hear this, but the dog who's just down here, he's starting to snore. So, oh well. Okay, so yeah, so interesting. I mean, I'm kind of glad to get a new location because, yeah, after 39 episodes of Morio, let's have a new location. And even then, like, you know, just straying away from Japan or anything we've had, we haven't been to Italy since part 2. Like, that's the only other time we went to Italy, when we met with Caesar and Lisa down in Italy. So I would love if Lisa was still alive. That'd be so friggin' funny, you know? Honestly, I don't know if this is gonna happen, but I would like a Zeppeli. a Zeppeli with a stand. That would be so cool. Oh, man. And then, that could be kind of awkward for a Zeppeli being like, your father, Dio, killed my ancestor, That would be kind of interesting. I would love to have a Zeppeli back in Part 5, but I don't know if that's going to happen, We haven't had a Zeppeli in many, many years. So yeah, but okay. Interesting stuff. A strong, if confusing start to Part 5. But I like that. And it immediately sets up, it's sort of the same thing as, episode 1 of Part 4. It's like, here's our sort of, beginning fight. We're kind of getting into, we're kind of starting to learn about our protagonist. And now, here's our fight. In Part 4, it's Angelo. In Part 5, it's this Bruno guy. So yeah, I mean, it's still very, very interesting stuff. I did enjoy this episode, and I'm looking forward to more of Part 5, definitely. But bit confusing, mainly because I'm just confused. What is the frog, and what can Golden Wind do? That's sort of my main thing. But again, I'm pretty sure next episode, once I see a proper fight between Giorno and Bruno, I should be able to get a handle on it, It took me a little while to get a handle on Shining Diamond even, Because at first I thought it was just, I thought it was just overhauling matter, but then I learned it was restoration. This honestly seems like it's this sort of overhaul of matter. I don't know. Though it looks like if that is Golden Wind's power, he was also able to make living things, because he made those butterflies as well. I guess that does sort of lend to... I guess that does sort of lend to the frog being Golden Wind, Shit, yeah, I guess it is. Is it though? I guess it must be that the frog was actually Golden Wind. Because then what the frog did was exactly the same as the tree that Koichi tried to use 3 Freeze on. Yeah, that must be it, that the frog was just Golden Wind using its power, I guess that's it. I'll wait till next episode and see. So, but overall, very, very enjoyable episode. I'm very curious to get into more of this. So yeah, good, solid start to Part 5, and I'm very curious to see where we are going next time. So, next time, hopefully we will be back in the proper studio, and we will be just fine. I won't have to weirdly record and edit this in a strange way. But yeah. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.